Manchester City will take on Real Madrid at the Bernabeu tomorrow. I hope we do something because it won't feel the same not being in Europe. As you'll all know, I presume you've watched the first leg. We should have won the game. We didn't win the game. Stupid errors at the end cost us. So what do I think happened at Newcastle that made us a better team that we didn't show against Real Madrid in the first leg? Well, for a start, Kusanov, this guy over here, what a hero. This guy's got pace, he's aggressive, and he's got that something that we've been missing for a while. The passionate defending. It's passionate defending. Even to stop a ball going out for a corner, he gets over, outmuscles Isaac, and he heads it out for a throw in instead. Stuff like this we've been missing. Yes, he's young, he's still got a lot to learn, but he shows promise, and he turned Anthony Gordon inside out with a simple move. This is the sort of thing we need. We need this confidence. We need this confidence. We need this passion. We need this aggression, and we need this pace. We've always needed pace down at least one of our wings from a defender. We've always needed this pace because that's how we play best. Moving on, Nico Gonzalez. What a player! Nico Gonzalez is, Pep said it best, a mini Rodri. He is a mini Rodri. The way he moves, he is so Rodri-esque. And I feel like the club have been looking at this player for a while. I think City have been looking at this player for a while. And I think they thought, shall we wait until the summer? But in the end, they just thought, no, pull the trigger, let's get him. And thank God they did. Because this team now starts to look a bit different with him in it. This team, when you watch City, when I watched City against Newcastle, when I seen him playing, even when it was still 0-0 and I seen him there playing, I felt more confident. I just felt more secure. Because he didn't panic once. And when Kovacic is there and Gundogan's there, you can see the panic. When the teams are coming at him, you can see the panic. And obviously you need a good CDM brain to cancel stuff out. Now Rodri isn't the quickest CDM, and neither is Nico Gonzalez. But if you're smart, you can be a better CDM than anybody. Look at Busquets. Busquets was probably the slowest CDM that I've ever seen, but he was so clever that he knew where to be to counteract any sort of press, any sort of counter. He was just so clever, and obviously we see that in Rodri and we see that in Nico Gonzalez, and long may it continue. I'll bring the team up in a minute. I'll go through the team, what I think the team's going to be. Let's see what your take is on it. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think the team's going to be. Moving on, Marmoush, the Egyptian prince, soon to be Egyptian king. I'm going a bit too far there. The Egyptian prince. What he does is so good. So basically, he starts off on the left. Vardiol moves down, taking his spot so that Marmoush can move in. And this is where Haaland and Marmoush partnership is going to flourish, because you can't concentrate on both of them. You have to pick one. So if they're concentrating on Marmoush, then Haaland's getting through. If they're concentrating on Haaland, then Marmoush is getting through. Do not underestimate Foden behind them, because Foden has got a good long shot on him. So even if they manage to tie up Haaland and both Haaland and Marmoush, Foden, that leaves a space open for Foden, and we all know what he's like with his sniper. You know, he's good. But yeah, do I think the hat trick proves anything? No, because I look at the finish. I look at the finishes from the Newcastle game, and he got a hat trick. Fair enough. But I'm not going to glaze him yet, because I think you have to show it and show it and show it. But yeah, I think he will come into his own, and I think he will be good. Moving on, Savio. Savio is going to be so instrumental for us now. Since Mahrez left, we've needed that attacker down the right, and Savio is that guy. Now, he's not a prolific shooter, he's not a prolific scorer, hopefully something that can come into his game, but he's like 21. He's 21. He will get there. He will be phenomenal. And I say he will be. He's already been phenomenal. Against Newcastle, he turned him inside out. They didn't know what to do with him. Pep had his hands on his head because he skinned two defenders, two players. Pep understands that Savio is the key. Savio will unlock some defences. And imagine if Doku can get a run of form and a run of non-injury. If we can see him running down the left and we can see Savio running down the right with Nico Gonzalez with that protection. And let's not forget, Nico Gonzalez, next season, there'll be Nico Gonzalez and Rodri. I will never, ever feel more safe than if I have both of them in the team. This team now, with Kusanov, I feel safe. And even when I seen him doing the little mess up against Chelsea, I could see that this guy had it in him. And I could just see it because he's aggressive. And granted, like there's a big thing about him, like basically fouling and he's not going to make it and this and that. The refs are obliged to show him a yellow card, but as he plays his game, he will get better at that, and he'll get better at knowing how much force to put on and how much pressure to put on. I'm not saying he's never going to get a yellow. No, of course he'll get a yellow because he's that type of defender. I would rather have someone like that defending the right as a right back than a right-sided centre back, because obviously if they make it into the box and he does something like that, then we're messed. Ederson season. Manchester City, give him the money he wants. Pay him his money. Because if we lose him, nobody else can make them passes. Nobody else can make those assists that Ederson does. Holds a record now in the Premier League. We need to keep him. Right, let's do the team that I think would beat Real Madrid. In goal, there's only one man for the job. Ederson Morales. Ederson has to be there. I wouldn't even trust Ortega in a game of this magnitude anymore. So, yeah, Ederson. Ping the ball down. Let's go straight to their goal and let's see what we can do. Over on this side, Kusanov has to be there. Like I said, Kusanov, he's aggressive. He'll get the job done. And I think against Vinny, I think he'll have Vinny in the bag. I think he will 100% have Vinny in the bag. Ruben Diaz. We seem much more comfortable with Ruben Diaz in this team, and I think he gives us a bit of security, and I think he makes us feel safer, and I think he makes the players feel like they can play their game. He is our best defender. Ruben Diaz is our best defender. Over on this side, Mr. Ake had a bit of sickness. Against Newcastle. Yeah, hopefully he's better now. Nico Gonzalez. Look, guys, I'm looking at this now, and I'm thinking, wow, if Pep plays this team, I think we're in. Next to him, John Stones. This is such a good team. Such a good defensive setup. Vardiol, because this is where I think he'll primarily be playing. Marmoush. Haaland went off with an injury, but he was straight back up and he was smiling on the bench. So over this side, Savio, and then here, Foden. Now this is what I think it's going to be. So I think this is how it's going to be. I think Vardiol will be there majority of the time in between. Obviously, he will come back, and you will see this. So, if I was to put a team out to win this game, this is how I'd do it. This is off the ball, and then on the ball. So on the ball, that is what I would do. That is what I would do on the ball. What do I think Pep will do? Right. So this is what I think Pep will do. So I don't think Kusanov starts. I think he puts Stones on the right, Diaz, Ake, and then Vardio. And I think this is without the ball. This is without the ball. And then, obviously, with the ball, Marmoush comes over here. Savinho comes over here. Vardio comes over here. And we have this. And I think this is what we do. I'm not a fan of Bernardo going down here, but I think he's rested him, and I think he's going to play him. I just think that's what's going to happen. I think obviously as Vardio comes down here, he's either going to put some balls through for Savio to run onto, or he's going to take the shot himself. That's with the ball. And I think they'll just go. I think they'll just try and protect the ball as much as possible, keep possession. And I think Marmoush and Haaland will try and run through Rudiger and Tchouaméni. That's just what I think Pep will do. That's not what I want, but I think that's what Pep will do. So that's my predicted team. That's my predicted what I think Pep will do team, and that's my team that I think we can win it with. I just want to say one thing. If we do manage to beat Real Madrid, Liverpool will be scared. I think Liverpool will be scared, and I think that is a time where we can cement the fact that we're still here to the rest of the league. If we beat Liverpool, we can cement in the fact that we are not back, but coming back. And Nico Gonzalez makes that difference. Don't underestimate what one player can do for this team. Nico Gonzalez is that player. Let me know what you think, guys. Get in the comments, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.